This is a Sage Act 2012 Quick Start for New Users video, brought to you by Platinum CRM Consulting, a Sage Act top partner in ACT software consulting, training, and sales services. Welcome to Sage Act 2012. Sage Act was designed to help you build the long-lasting, profitable relationships your business thrives on. It helps you manage and organize details of your business and personal relationships. Sage Act provides a complete view of the people you interact with so that you always have current information. This Quick Start for New Users video explains some of the basics of getting started with Sage Act. We will cover Get to Know the Workspace, All About Databases, Import Contacts, Add Contacts to the database, Set Preferences for email, Track your schedule and manage appointments, Communicate with your contacts, Organize your contacts into groups, keep more details about your contacts, search for contacts, and share information with others. Get to know the workspace. Most of the tasks you want to do in Sage Act require you to open a view, click commands on the menu bar, click buttons on the global toolbar, click buttons on the navigation bar or navbar, or click tools on the view toolbar. The view appears in the main window of the application. The views are the Welcome page, Connections, Contacts, Groups, Companies, Calendar, Task List, Opportunities, Reports, Dashboard, and Search. The Contacts, Groups, Companies, and Opportunities views have a Detail view and a List view that you can toggle between. The menu bar is located at the top of all views. It contains the default menu and commands for the current view. This means if you change to a different view, some of the menu commands change to match the view. The global toolbar is located below the menu bar. It has buttons for the most frequently used tasks in every view. An arrow on a button indicates a list of options to select from. The navigation bar or navbar appears on the left of any view. It contains the primary navigation buttons for opening views and a view-specific related task area so that you can easily access tasks that you can do within that view. All about databases. After you install Sage Act, you need to create a database to store information about the people you want to track. The first time you open the application, you are prompted to create a database or open an existing database. If you are a single user or administrator of a workgroup, you would select to create a Sage Act database. When the new database dialog box opens, give the database a name and select a currency for it. If you plan to share the information in the database with others, select the Share Database option. Enter your username and an optional password, and then click the OK button. The database will be created and then open. Import contacts. Once you have opened a database, the next step is to add your information. You may have been using other applications to track information. For example, you may use Microsoft Excel or Outlook to track your contacts, clients, or customers. Or maybe you track these people in Google. You might purchase a prospect list online. You can bring this information into Sage Act without manually entering it. You can import your contact information using the Import Wizard. To import contacts from an Excel list, open the database. On the File menu, click Import. On the Welcome page, click Next. On the Specify Source page, from the What type of file do you want to import list, select Excel. In the File Name and Location field, enter the file name and path of the Excel source file, or click the Browse button to locate the file. Click Open, then click the Next button. On the Specify Record Types page, keep the default option of Contact Record selected and click Next. On the Import Type page, keep the default option of Typical Import selected and click Next. On the Confirm Import page, if the information is correct, click Import. If the information is not correct, click back until you reach the page that needs correction. The Import Wizard processes the imported data. On the Import Complete page, if import was successful, a message appears. If errors occurred during the import, another message appears. To view the details of imported data and any errors, click the View Import Log. To close the Import Wizard, click Finish. To see the imported data, on the navbar, click Contacts. Then on the View toolbar, click List View. The Contact List View opens to display the imported data. Add contacts to the database. You can manually add contacts to the database. To add a contact, on the Global toolbar, click the arrow next to New, and then click Contact. A blank contact record appears. This is known as the Contact Detail View. You use the Contact Detail View to enter information about one contact. Type information in the fields, or if a field has a drop-down arrow, select data from a list. Press Tab to move between fields. Enter as much or as little information as you need. Use the ID status field to identify contacts by categories. For example, you might have categories such as personal, vendor, or competitor. This is helpful because you will be able to do a lookup and create a list of contacts by category using the ID status field. Add more information about the contact using tabs located at the bottom of the Contact Detail View. Click a tab to see the types of details you can enter. Sage Act automatically saves the contact record when you move to another record or view. Set preferences for email. You can set preferences to make Sage Act 2012 work the way you want. Some of the preferences you can set include setting up an email system to use with Sage Act 2012, selecting which word processor to use when writing letters, either the Act word processor or Microsoft Word, changing the colors and fonts on the views and tabs, selecting a view that opens when you start Sage Act 2012. Some default preferences are already set for you. However, you need to set up email to write and send messages. If you currently use Outlook as your email program, you can use it with Sage Act 2012. To set up email to use Outlook, on the Global toolbar, click the arrow next to Email, and then click Email Preferences. Click the Email System Setup button. The Email Setup Wizard appears. Click Next. On the Email page, select Microsoft Outlook, and then click Next. On the Email Outlook Address Books page, to select a Sage Act database to use as an address book in Outlook, click Add. In the Add Edit Address Book dialog box, if you only have one database, its name appears in the Act Database field by default. The logged in user's name should appear in the username field. If it does not, type it. If a password is required for the selected database, type it in the password field. Click OK. On the remaining pages of the Email Wizard, Sage Act has already set options for the best way to use Outlook. You can keep the default settings on each page and click the Next button to proceed through the setup. Click Finish. You are ready to send email to a contact. Track your schedule and manage appointments. In Sage Act, to-do items and scheduled appointments, such as telephone calls or meetings, are called activities. Scheduled activities appear on your calendar, in the task list, on the Activities tab, and in the dashboard. The global toolbar has buttons for default Sage Act activity types of call, meeting, and to-do. When you complete an activity, you need to clear it from your schedule. The cleared activity will add a history to the contact record. To schedule an activity, on the global toolbar, click the Call, Meeting, or To-Do button for the type of activity you want to schedule. Complete the fields in each tab of the Schedule Activity dialog box to select the attendees, send an iCalendar invitation email, provide details, attach a document, and more. Click OK. Once you complete an activity, you'll want to clear it. To clear an activity from the task list, on the navbar, click Task List. Click the checkmark column box in the cleared column for the activity. The Clear Activity dialog box appears. Select a Results option for the outcome of the activity. To include details with the history of the activity, make sure the Add Details to History option is selected. In the text box, edit activity details as needed. Click OK.